So your company was recognized by Inc. magazine, top 5,000 fastest growing companies in America. You've done a lot of flips, and now you're out there buying mobile home parks. How do you jump from single family to buying mobile home parks? Not even just in your backyard in other states.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're still buying single family, but I mean, what do we do as entrepreneurs? Like the greatest entrepreneurs in the world solve the greatest problems, right? That's they add the most value, they're able to receive the most value. So the biggest problem in America, in terms of real estate, is affordable housing. That's it. What better solution is there for rather than mobile homes? That like really that's as simple as an answer as I can give you, because there are, we keep hearing about this, the separation, right, between the rich and the poor, and the middle class is going away, and most of them are going to the lower end of the spectrum. And cost of housing, cost of construction, it's going up, it's going through the roof. And people are still, there's so many people that are living, basically in poverty, and trying to survive on 20, $30,000 a year, maybe with two or three kids. How do you do that? How do you do that? You can't even afford, these families can't even afford apartments, two or three bedroom apartments, 12, 15, $1,800 a month, in major cities. It's not affordable for these people. That's as much as they make in a month. So, started looking at the mobile home park model. Several years ago, a friend of mine was into it, and I just, thought he was redneck, to be honest with you. I'm a little bit of a redneck myself. So I was like, yeah, maybe something to it, but I'm just too busy. And, then I learned about what Warren Buffett, how he's invested in the space previously in parks, now with Clayton Homes. He's also financing these homes with 21st century mortgage. Learn about Sam Zell being the number one mobile home park owner in the United States, and that he's never sold one of his mobile home parks, and he owns like 150,000 lots. Whenever I learned about that, honestly, the Sam Zell thing, I was like, all right, I just got to try this thing. Let me just like go. I'm very type A. And so I just dove into it, but I did a lot of research, did my data, and that's what it is. I mean, it's affordable housing. It's affordable housing. It's satisfying a need where, a lot of people own their mobile homes outright. If they own, it's like 70, 80% people own their mobile homes. So now their housing costs may come down to just paying lot rent, $300, $400, $500 a month. People can afford that, right? People can afford that. And that's what it is. And we're also selling homes, and we're doing some owner financing on homes, but I don't think any of our residents, even if they're paying, have financed a home from us and paying lot rent, I don't think anybody's paying more than $1,000 a month. Matter of fact, I can guarantee that they're not. And what are they getting for that? They're not squashed in some kind of apartment. A lot of times these are 15, 1,800 square foot homes, and they've got some space too. Like we've got some, one property that's very unique, like they're half-acre lots. So they've got a huge yard and green space and all that kind of stuff. And they've done a lot of, I don't know how much we want to go into mobile home parks, but they've done a lot of polls, and people are happier living in mobile home parks and in mobile homes than they are in apartments. It's because they've got that green space. They're not sharing a wall or ceiling.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I went down the rabbit hole. I guess it hasn't been 2 years, but I'm very happy that we've went down this path.
I really like it. You hit the nail on the head with affordable housing. That was a really big issue all across America, especially in the metro areas of the U.S. before COVID.
Yeah.
After COVID, it's like gone up by at least 30%. Just taking the account that the inventory has dropped by 30%. But it's probably more than that, because it's like now we have inventory down 30%, but prices have gone up 10 to 20%. It's just insane. So hey, I'd love to get that 2.5% interest rate, but I can't afford the darn house. Um,
Oh yeah. And that you've got like families, like multiple families living together in a house. And I met with my business partner this morning on a Zoom. She's up in East Texas. We've got a couple properties up there, parks, and she's like, "Hey, I've got good news." So we've still got a few vacant lots at this one property, this park. And she's like, I met so and so, and she just bought a home and she wants to move into our park. And I was like, awesome. And we're in the process of remodeling a home there that someone moved out of to sell. And she's like, and her daughter is going to buy that home. She's going to pay the down payment and her daughter's going to move in. So now, they're paying whatever it is for these two homes. But they've each got their own home. Her daughter has a couple of kids, so they could probably share a single family home, or they can each have their own home, their own space. So that's kind of case in point of that story. Like, what would you prefer? Like, houses are nice, but not if you're, cramped and you're three people in a bedroom or something like that. It's just not feasible.
Yeah, and mobile homes have come a long way since, like, I grew up in the sticks in Central Texas. A lot of my friends, I mean, we had mobile home parks all around us, and I've never lived in one, but I have stayed in them. We had friends that I was in school with that in mobile homes, and the quality of construction, and then the neighborhoods, and then also the financing options attached to mobile homes or available to mobile home park or mobile homeowners is just night and day difference than they were 10, 20, 30 years ago. Like, it's just, it's a totally different game. And I'm glad a lot of players like Sam Zell and Warren Buffett have kind of pushed that agenda, because it's allowed local operators like you to really get out there and make an impact in your neighborhood and the neighborhoods that you're investing in, to maybe take older neighborhoods and older parks and, make them nicer, make them more appealing, or develop new ones, which unfortunately, because of government regulations, is harder to do from what I understand, but there's still some
There's
opportunity.
workarounds to that. We're working on it right now.